Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio.
Lift off and the clock has started.
You know, bowel movements are important for everybody's daily life. It's good to ask and just check in every now and then, you know.
It's brown, flush it down.
Exactly. Much like this episode. No, I can't say that right away. This is the intro. I don't know how this episode's going to go. Friends, dear friends and hot dogs, we have under further review episode. What episode are we on, guys? It's fucking 10.
69.
Every episode
Nice.
69. Oh my god. So we have kind of an honorary part redux, whatever you want to call it. We have a follow-up to our dear friend Caleb's Lost playlist episode. So he has another like 10 tracks of like solid we'll say metal. What do you, is
The
that how you
playlist is called fucking metal.
is that how you describe it, Caleb?
Hey,
Yeah, you got the
but
devil horns in there too.
there's some variety. I tried to give you some extra.
So what are we missing from the playlist? Like what genres aren't in this playlist?
So
Chanting.
well, basically, no, there's
there any
chanting.
s-
There's
is there any
chanting.
ska?
No, there's no ska.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Tribal sounds.
So basically, the last one, like I think we got halfway through the original, and then it got lost. And I didn't just redo that second half. I kind of mixed it up, but I think I did put one in there that was in the original. But yeah, there's chanting. There's angry, hyphy, cranky sounds in this.
Are there bagpipes?
I don't think so.
Not even in the Himalayan mountain ritual one.
There's no bagpipes, but there's like some sitars, and there's a lot of
Yeah,
there's more than just guitars and
I guess, you know, same but different, I suppose.
Oh, Himalayan massive ritual. I suppose. Not mountain.
All right, you fucking jackals. Let's just dive in, guys. This is kind of a milestone episode, though. This is 10 in, though. I'm kind of proud of this. I'm just gonna say that. Well, you know, it's fitting to just kick this off, I guess, Caleb, with then, you know, what's it called? The first movement.
Yep.
By a little group called what? Make Them Suffer. What is this track about? What is going on here?
It's a weird. It's a weird name for the band because they're kind of light, like they're a little more rock. It's a bit catchier. There's a lady singer in there, but they're from Australia, and I just found them in the last few months and have been wearing this record out. And yeah, I thought it was a good, you know, kickoff to the playlist. I didn't do it in, you know, a specific order, but I guess this is the only one with order.
With order kind of in the back of the mind.
Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about them. I was looking for new shit and I found these guys and I was like, all right, fuck yeah.
Yeah, this is like I don't know. It's definitely like a little more like, I don't know, for what I was expecting from the playlist from you, and like further down the list, like this is like more poppy on like the poppier metal side, I'd say.
Yeah, really?
Like, it reminds me of like fucking A Day to Remember or something like that.
Oh,
like,
it's the clean vocals.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Which is just like not as hard as like, or like, you know, gross as some of the other things on the list, I'd say.
That's true. I don't know. I guess I've become a big fan of like the kind of the duality within a band or extra elements that aren't, you know, typical of pure metal. And I mean, there's plenty of nasty vocals in this. Like there's lots of and all that good shit. That's my favorite. But yeah, like there's nice ethereal ladies singing and synth, and it's kind of catchy, but I don't know, I like groovy, catchy, like poppy stuff has been creeping into my life more lately, and I'm really enjoying that.
It just means that your taste is getting cooler. So
You're welcome.
Or the world, you know. Yep. Oh, is that what's
Apparently.
happening to my daily mixes? Holy shit. All of a sudden I've been like, they're a lot better than they used to be. Okay,
Yep.
fuck.
It's
Okay.
clearly what it is.
That's why we do this, right?
I've never put it. It's all for that. Fuck you, hot dogs. What'd
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait, hang on. They're corn
Hold on.
dogs now.
Oh yeah, let's go.
At least
We
for
can
two of us, they're
transition.
corn dogs.
We can transition them into corn dogs. I don't think there's enough people that
All we
really
have
care.
to do is we just got to batter them up with some cornmeal,
Yeah, we'll grease them up.
throw them in the
Oh,
oil,
there you go.
You listening, audience?
Dip them in
shove
some
a stick in there.
sizzle, baby, sizzle. Okay. All right, stop talking about corn dogs. Making me fucking want corn dog. All right, what? Give me some other opinions, Jameson. What'd you feel about this track?
So I think we touched this in Caleb's first playlist. One of my epiphanies of old was that I'm not a big fan of female clean vocals like in metal music. So they weren't the best for me, but overall this song's pretty good. Yeah, I definitely listen to this one again. One of your least offensive things on the playlist for sure. So I
have
guess it was a good start.
I have to also say this is important. One of the things I specifically intended to do when I made this playlist was upset Jameson as much as I could. I could have gone harder, but I was a little bit merciful.
Somehow I feel a little bit less offended than your original playlist, honestly.
Damn it.
There's don't worry, there's some things down the list, but
Offenses will be had.
yeah.
Dusty, how'd you feel about this song, man? Make them suffer.
I liked it. It was a good opening track. It kind of gets you going. You know, it's a good opener. You get the pit opened up.
I really
mean,
like the end of this song.
I don't mind the
Like the
female
tail end.
vocals. I like Caleb said, you like having that contrast is kind of nice. I will say one thing. If you guys go to this playlist, and maybe this is just me, you scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says you might also like. The first one says got. How do you say this word? DJENT. What is that?
That's a really
Gent?
lovely. It's
Oh,
a really
that's
lovely
gent.
genre.
Gent. That's
Gen
what
is
that
a sound that comes out of your guitar sometimes.
Got gent, bitch.
Oh,
Got-
As far as I know.
gent.
yeah, got gent, the metal jar of choice nowadays.
Yeah.
It's a lovely subgenre.
The first song is called Stonewalker by I Built the Sky, Jake House and Low. Might have to
Sounds
check that out.
Sounds powerful. Nick,
Probably a
it's
pretty
good.
good playlist.
Nick's like, I'm gonna
To
side
be
that.
honest, I'd probably like a lot of what's on that playlist, but still, no.
Did you like the first movement by Make Them Suffer?
Did I?
Yeah.
The first movement. I like that they called it that. It sounds like a classical arrangement that they've done, and this is only the first movement of it. I loved it. It was like Tesseract, but it was fun to listen to. Did not come here to bash Tesseract today. I guess that's what I'm doing. They're a foundational band in the genre. Fuck you guys.
Said it.
Oh,
This song was super cool. I love the I mean, Caleb said it. I love the duality of the vocals with the screams. The screams were heavy as fuck. The vocals were crisp. I loved it. The guitar tone was immaculate. Drums were fucking smashing and huge. It was a good song. Arrangement of it I actually liked, which I think that's what I don't like about most of Tesseract stuff. Tesseract can be boring, and this was like them in all the best ways. Like the chord changes were fucking bonkers in this. It was cool. Loved it. Cool song. That's all I have to say about it.
well.
What about you, Jared?
Me, I honestly, yeah, like I kind of agree with I think it was a really great like start to the list, and it kind of like it just has a good like kind of pump you up sort of energy. I think there's a really great like I don't know kind of like pit moment. I like Dusty's. I was kind of saying like an open the fucking pit like kind of moment, sort of near the back end. I really fucking enjoyed. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, not bad. I might actually, have to like kind of check out the album that's from, maybe dig into them a little bit.
Good album.
What the next track, dude? The next track is was it Akudama?
Nope.
By Alpha Wolf.
Alpha Wolf, yeah.
Alpha Wolf.
They're they were actually like I found them when I was putting this playlist together. I've never listened to them before. It was actually like Dusty was saying, it said, hey, you might like this, and I think I just clicked on it and I listened to it and I got sucked in. And I mean, it's kind of basic as far as like, it's very American metal, like it's just really cranky and aggro and lots of those like dissonant squeaky guitar sound effects. And I mean, it's not deep, it's not a masterpiece, but it's just like, I like the energy. It's just I don't know, I like crankiness, so this one made me cranky.
I dug it too, dude. I don't know. Sometimes it's good to get one of those like kind of like fucking pump songs. So, and I would definitely like say this was one of those. So, you know, Nick, how'd you feel about Alpha Wolf though?
That the name of it just means bad guy, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Japanese, as evidenced by that weed thing I just did.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah. Caleb really hit the nail on the head for me with its description. It's angry, it's cranky and loud, and it's in your face. It's not that complex, but it's pretty fun to listen to. It's not my favorite type of metal by any means, but I can definitely see if I'm in the mood to just like smash shit, this is what I would put on. It's pretty good. I don't know. Hopefully I'll remember him when I'm next in the mood to bend the knives and smash the plates or something.
Spin the knives and smash the plates.
Or I'll just put that song on.
So Jeremiah said, like, when we were going through his playlist, there was a couple like hardcore bands, and said that hardcore is kind of having a comeback, because this is hardcore. You know, this is basic, just a little bit heavier street punk. You know, kind of what I used to like. And I just looked. This album came out in 2020. This is like a good example of that, and you know, it's pretty cool seeing that genre where it's, you know, going to. I like this song a lot. This is maybe my favorite on your playlist. I was really kind of surprised though, Caleb. I know you're not typically into this less technical type of music, so, but yeah, this one pretty rad.
Well, speaking of Jeremiah, like that's actually kind of what got me into it, because that song, what is it? Who's that band? Dealer on his playlist. That was like, I've been jamming on them quite a bit lately, and I think that might have contributed to the algorithm for this popping up. And yeah, I guess I like hardcore.
Dusty, how'd you feel about Alpha Wolf?
I was glad that it was a short song. I mean, that guitar riff was really fucking annoying, not gonna lie. That
Oh yeah,
not for me.
nah.
No squealers for Dusty.
Not Tata.
What?
Okay. Well, I guess let's just check into the next song then, man. We got Gojira, The Art of Dying. So, you just how are you feeling this song, Caleb? Like, what time of the day does this song come on for you?
First thing in the morning, usually. Like as I'm driving to school. It's very long. It's honestly like 2 minutes too long. The end didn't need to be that long. But they have one of the best drummers in the world. They're from France, and they are staunch environmentalists, and they're really cranky about the world being mistreated, and that's like kind of the cornerstone of most of their music. And this album's just, I mean, it's simple in ways, but like, especially with the drums, it's like deceptively simple. Like it's so, like he's so good, and he's doing like 3 different polyrhythms in the beginning with the beat, and there is a little bit of throat singing, chanty stuff, and some tribal elements to that. So that's true to form. But yeah, I really got into Gojira like 4 or 5 years ago, and I don't know, I think they're a sick band with one of the world's greatest drummers.
Joe, I mean, I can't disagree with that drumming. That is, I really like. This might be one of my favorite songs on the list, even though I do agree. I think it kind of goes on a little too long, but That I loved that fucking intro though, dude. Like it does take forever to kind of like, or it seems like it takes forever, but really it's not like a huge chunk of time. But yeah, I don't know. I really dug this track. It just, I don't know, for some reason it hit. And I also listened to this one first thing in the morning one day, like while obviously, opening the fucking cafe, and it just like, I don't know, it clicked. It was like, it kind of built me into the moment, and then it just fucking like got like roughed into the song. Yeah, I don't know. Might be one of my tops on the list. So, what about you, Dusty? How'd you feel about this Gojira?
It's all right. It was a little long. I kept looking down like this song is still going on. I was like, a metal song, this being 10 minutes long is insane. But I don't know. I've heard of them because I think they actually back in April had one that I think they had the number one under the category of rock albums, like for that month. So just randomly, because since I was following Manchester, they tweeted out the Billboard charts that week. And it was like Gojira and then their album. It was like, who the fuck's Gojira? Like, that was a rather racist, stereotypical name, but all right.
It's the original name of Godzilla.
Well, I mean, by a bunch of French hypocrites. But yeah. I mean, really, they're all into climate change and shit, yet they're jet setting around the world touring. Fuck them.
Yeah. Well, they donate a lot of money to like I know they did like a big benefit for like Amazon preservation. So
yeah, but it's all right.
Jeff Bezos is doing fine, man.
Yeah, he's carbon neutral, man.
Like emotionally,
yeah.
Emotionally, no. I don't think
he's a wreck.
Not that Amazon.
Anyway, we don't need to make another thing dedicated to Jeff Bezos. Jameson, how'd you feel about
his employees
Gojira?
more? But the Illuminati won't let him.
But
he's been trying to give him raises for years.
He's a good man, damn it.
That's why he went to space, was to fight the Illuminati.
What's happening?
That was creating a new canon.
Yeah, I like this.
Deep lore.
Deep.
Well,
kind of essentially fan fiction. Jeff Bezos fan.
Really got to wait for the Chris Gaines storyline to tie in. That's when it gets real.
That's 5 books in, but
Gojira. Well,
it's Gojira.
So just to echo what everyone had said, this song's too fucking long. Like it's way too fucking long. It's repetitive. And if he is one of the world's best drummers, I wouldn't know, because I thought his drum tone sounded like fucking trash on this. Like, I don't know drumming well enough to tell you the specifics of it, but I mean, halfway through the song, I was just moving through it at different times. His kick drum specifically just sounded like fucking trash. Like, it sounded bad to me. So, while I won't say this is this isn't one of my worst songs on the list, definitely not a favorite. So yeah.
Well,
shit. You just hate blast beats.
I do. I definitely
I know.
fucking hate
that's
them.
why I put this, because it's really long and there's a lot of blast beats.
Nick, did you enjoy this track?
I did enjoy this. I am going to agree. I think it was too long. I don't think he had this many minutes of material. But so Gojira, particularly the guitarist, I can't even remember his name, but he has a amp sim out now with
I think his name's Mothra.
His name's Mothra?
Yeah.
That's just his name? Okay. Anyways, he is changing metal again, like right now. So we have been in the past like 10 years or so in the decade of heavy metal being played on 7, 8, and then now like the Doom soundtrack came out and that fucking guy was like, I'm gonna get a 9-string. And he wasn't the first person to do that either, but metal has just been constantly just getting deeper and bigger and heavier and deeper again. And Gojira was like, fuck that, I'm gonna play a Telecaster with 6 strings. And he's making some of the most biting, aggressive fucking riffs I've ever heard in my life. And people are noticing. And he's making 6 strings cool again, which is unbelievable to me. Like, he's like you can tell like when you're listening to this song here, he's not actually going that deep like that. Especially with stuff you're also going to hear on this playlist. But I don't know. He's changing metal guitar right now, and I think it's fucking rad.
It's kind of interesting to hear you say, because like listening through this, I was like, this isn't like super technical. Like it's cool. It's really cool. Like,
yeah,
but
so
it's not like it's not like crazy 7-string just sweeping for 5 fucking minutes long. No, but
no, it's not that. It's like it's like the flavor of his riffs are just like,
dude, they're
mean.
tasty, man. They
Yeah.
got this bite to them, man. It's interesting.
Tastes like smoked brisket. Maybe a little too
They're
sharp.
like,
Maybe okay, we got burn ends.
dude, oh, the ends. I love brisket ends. We don't need. And honestly, like I said, I really like this track, but that is interesting to hear, Nick, from like a what am I trying to say? A musical
I'm also
standpoint,
speaking out of my
yeah.
ass. I don't know if he's actually doing that. I think he's doing that.
Part of that's opinion, but I mean,
Yeah.
there's a fact that he played a 6-string.
Yeah, not just a 6-string, but a Telecaster.
Yeah,
Which is like
it's pretty rad.
country western
Telecasters
guitar.
sound great.
They
Yeah, it's
also are
interesting,
fun
man.
as shit to play. That's why I have one, a fake one.
The necks are beautiful on a Telecaster. They really are.
It's the one. They look great. That's the one part of the guitar I don't actually like, though. It doesn't
Really? Oh,
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
like
feel
the
right.
neck.
we've got a really juicy song coming up right next, guys. I think I'm gonna just let Caleb introduce this track real quick, if you'd like.
So, Jameson was complaining and said, "Oh God, I have to listen to all this Devin Townsend project." Well, he's wrong, because this is Devin Townsend Band, which is a different project altogether.
Which makes me think this guy's a fucking narcissist because he's just got to put his name at the front of all of his fucking projects.
Not all of them. He
So-
dropped the project in the band. Now it's just Devin Townsend.
So explain to me,
Oh, that's
like
even
what
worse.
is there a difference between the two?
Yes. So it just depends on their different like eras. Like he would have various projects going on at the same time. And like he had, he started out with Steve Vai. He did Strap Young Lad. He did Devin Townsend Band on the side, and then he did Devin Townsend Project. And he just does a different thing every once in a
I guess
while.
that's my curiosity is like, does he do them simultaneously? So does he do like, he's like Devin Townsend Band is like listed as active, but Devin Townsend Project is also listed as active. So he just like hops between whatever projects he wants, depending on like, I don't know, the mood or something.
Well, like I think it was maybe an issue of like getting signed by a label and you know,
Tell me, you must know everything.
Having to change the name or do something a little different, or just being like, okay, this creative project is done now, I'm going to move on to something else and I'm going to slightly change the name. But when he plays
My
live,
name.
he does
my name
slightly
with a different word after.
Yep, or no word. But
Or no word.
When he plays live, he just uses the whole catalog, and this is from like 2003, I think. It's called Deadhead. It's very long as well. It's kind of an 8-minute jam with a little bit of really powerful, emotional scream wailing that Jameson hates, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I love this album. It's kind of cheesy and old school and a little corny, but it's real good, and I'll fight anybody.
Dude, so a couple of things. Like every time I look at this album, like just like cover at a glance, it reminds me of like a Chicago album cover. So, like,
I see that.
and I like Chicago, but like it's just weird that they look so similar. I mean, maybe it's I don't know what it is. Anyway,
I'd definitely rather be listening to 25 or
Dude.
6 to 4, but that's me.
juicy.
It's a really good song.
Yeah, there's definitely like I don't know, jam is not the word I'd use for this song necessarily. But like there's just some, he really reaches for them vocals. I will say that. You're right. Like he just kind of he really goes all the range he can. It sounds like I don't know how to say this, Caleb. I just really didn't like this song. Like
Fair enough.
it wasn't for me. It was like this dude, like I put this stuff like in a similar category as like him, like where it's like you know, it's just, I don't know. There's like a certain glam that like he's enchanted a certain amount of people with like whatever the fuck he's doing. And I don't know. I feel like that enchantment's just fallen short for me. And what about you, Dusty? How'd you feel about this? Did you prefer this track to the last one we heard from Devin Townsend?
Well, I thought you were going to say the last track. The last track was 10 times better than this song. But
Gojira? Gojira
yeah.
for sure.
Is his different things like Creedence Clearwater Revival, Creedence Clearwater Revisited? Is it like each one Jefferson Starship, Jefferson Airplane?
I guess so. You'd have to ask him.
But now the vocals were off-putting. I'll just that you. I was like,
that's what I mean, dude.
When I first heard it, I was like, oh god,
dude. Like, I really don't think I'd mind it nearly as much.
The music was fine. It was just the lyrics that really got. I was like, oh god.
Like, I don't care about your emotions, Devin Townsend. Shut up. Like,
I was like, you are dumb.
You guys are so awful.
Like, I know.
It breaks my heart.
And I can't sing worth shit. And I'm like, you know, like, I'm not. I get that this dude has a range that I probably don't, but like
7 octaves.
It's just like, yeah, 7 octaves. I mean, that's kind
you
of
are.
That is kind of impressive, but fuck, I don't care. Like, it would just be great if he quieted down. Maybe like just like he has like a personal track that he sings to and like has in his studio, and then like they release some music. Maybe just get a different vocalist with it.
He does release instrumental versions of his albums, doesn't he?
That's great.
Yeah.
That would be better. That would be better.
Nick, how do you feel about this about Deadhead?
Well, I feel not so great about it. I am a Devin Townsend apologist. I think he's probably one of the most influential musicians to ever live. I like a lot of his other music.
DPA.
I don't like Deadhead for the same reason I am not an actual Deadhead, because Grateful Dead songs and performances are long and fucking boring, and so is this song, which it is so aptly named. This song was a fucking slog.
Yeah, slog, not a jam. Slog.
A drone.
A drone.
It didn't feel like I like drone. I listen to techno, man. I like droning things. This was not a drone. It wasn't quite as pleasant. Devin Townsend does so much better than this on so many songs. I am positive you chose this just to irritate us.
I actually, I knew you guys were going to fucking hate this song. And I thought it was funny because you're going to hate it. And I really, really love it. So.
Oh.
But see, the musical track it's not a jam. It is repetitive and long and boring. Like, there's not really anything super exciting about it. And those fucking vocals, man. Like, how can you enjoy those? How? I try. You're my best friend. I love you very much. But I don't get how you or anyone else on this fucking planet can enjoy those.
All right, hang on.
Finally, the gavel.
I wanted so badly to like his vocals on this, and I like almost all of them. But there's just this. Every once in a while he comes in with like when he's doing these like really crystal clear, like amazing clean vocals with these range. He eventually just comes in with like a, hey, yeah,
dude. That's what I mean. It's like he fucking throws in this like. This like it just reminds me too much of like some like the Creed dude trying to be serious or something like that. Like, and like that's just all I picture after a while. Like, it's hard, man. It's just hard. I just don't. I don't know. Oh boy.
Or I'd trash him right to his fucking face. It probably would be bad. I know it wouldn't be good, but he would
probably. He's really quiet and polite and Canadian, and he would probably just be like really chill and like nice to you, and you'd feel bad.
Yeah, probably. But I've created this character, so I have to stick to it.
Dude,
he's in character.
This is his gimmick.
This is okay, but then like this song ends. And it just immediately goes into the wrong side by a fucking strapping young lad. Okay. I can say
Yeah, so-
abrasive. Abrasive is the note I got right after that, like the ending of that Devin Townsend wonder.
So this is also Devin Townsend, and I did that on purpose.
I thought you mentioned that name earlier.
Yeah, this is his really extreme metal project, and it was the first song I ever heard by him, and I was just like, this is the song that made me realize, like, okay, I've been dabbling, but I fucking like metal a lot. Like that, this is what did it for me, and it's just really intense, and their drummer's amazing. Devin's really showing off his guitar and singing simultaneous abilities. Whether you like it or not, it's hard to do, but yeah, it kind of shows the polarity that he, achieves, like something like the previous song, and then this. Like, I mean, the guy has a fucking like Zen meditation music album, and then he also made this. So,
but I don't know. I feel like, yeah. I mean, it's cool that he's made like a bunch of music that he can enjoy, like he can stand behind. You know what I mean? Like that's. I'm not saying like it's the ideal thing that we like. Anybody that makes music wants, right? It's just like a lifetime of being able to create shit and have it sustained. So good for him. But I don't know. Like, but either way, this I like. I honestly didn't pick up on the connection until you mentioned him earlier again. And I was like, oh yeah, that's fucking right. And it's just like, I don't know. I prefer this to what we just heard for sure. But it's like, I don't know. And all I can say is I prefer this than what I just heard. It's abrasive at first, but it kind of like, it's like there's a good shake up. And it's also kind of nice to remind yourself that perhaps the dude does have like a little more versatility than you give him credit for when all you think about is whatever that shit was we just heard. Either way, how'd you feel about Strapping Young Lad, Jameson?
Oh,
Is this a more palatable Devin Townsend for you?
no, I think this is way worse. No, this is way worse. And I'll just give it up now. This is the bottom of the list for me. Like the guitar, at least I will give him, like, the guitar work in this is fucking insane. It's crazy, but not in a good way. It's too chaotic. And I might say, like, Devin Townsend might not even be the worst thing on this song. It's the fucking douche that's yelling "get up" nonstop that I really fucking hated. I wanted to kill him.
Forgot about that.
I think that was Devin, by the way.
Oh God.
Okay, well, I put down that it's nauseating. But the first thing that came to mind was Jasper said it right on the last album. This is Between the Buried and Me B-sides with Dio singing over the top of it.
God damn it,
That
Jasper.
is just like, that's a great live, like, on stage image.
That'd be a pretty cool collab, though. You got.
I mean, I would go see that just to see that for sure. It'd be a spectacle. Nick, how'd you feel about this?
I think this is a contender for my absolute favorite on this playlist. This song is a fucking huge ass banger. This is fucking awesome. Caleb showed me this song. I remember standing in the lunchroom and he showed me like a music video on his Dell Pod or something. You showed me a video of this fucking guy.
Dell Pod's never played videos.
It didn't, or maybe he had an iPod by then. I don't know.
He
You
was a
showed me
fancy
a
boy.
video.
No, I'm just joking.
Did he?
No, he didn't.
It was
He
a
didn't. What?
Toshiba.
It was a Toshiba. Damn. Well, that Toshiba showed you a video.
He showed me the video of this guy, this fucking gross ass guy, because this is when he still had like these long red dreadlocks, but he was also bald on top.
Who, Devin Townsend?
Yeah, this is his
Dread
dreadlock phase, and I was like, that is the grossest looking dude I've ever seen in my fucking life. And he sings like an angel, and he sweeps like a fucking god.
Sings
And
like
he
an
screams
angel.
like a demon. This guy is cool as fuck, and I completely forgot about him until years later when Caleb was talking about Devin Townsend again, and I was like, who? And then he's like, oh yeah, it's the guy from Strapping Young Lad. And I suddenly remembered Strapping Young Lad existed. I forgot this song existed. This song is fucking crazy. I loved it. Like the metal parts were cool as hell, and he was doing these like fucking neoclassical like chord changes for the chord progression at the time when that like I had never heard anything like it at the time, and still I rarely hear anything like it now. This song is fucking nuts. I love it. I gotta say, I can totally understand why someone might not like his clean singing parts in this song, because it sounds like Sonata Arctica. However, I love Sonata Arctica. That is some fucking European power metal, and that hit the spot for me right there. That was just power metal breakfast. That was great. His guitar work was absolutely phenomenal. I can't even believe that. I'm gonna side with Jameson on the "Hey Guy" thing. That guy was fucking annoying. Pretend like it wasn't Devin, because this song was fucking incredible. That last song we listened to has no business being played by the same man that plays this song.
Nick, if you don't have a playlist titled Power Metal Breakfast someday, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
I can make that right now.
Good.
I might even find a female metal singer that you like.
Ooh.
Dusty, how'd you feel about this strapping young lad?
It wasn't the worst thing I ever heard. Music was fine. It was just his singing. I can't. It's just, I don't know what it reminds me of. Maybe it takes me back to when people are trying to say Godsmack was good, and I was like, you're out of your mind. Like that level of just.
Oh man!
I mean, I don't know what Devin Townsend looks like, but I picture him with long, kind of Robert Plant hair, but he's actually balding up top and just doesn't want to give it up.
That's just basically what he looked like, except it was dreadlocks.
So he looks like
that's
the
even
member.
worse.
So like, is the member of Deathclock like modeled after him? There's that one dude.
Pickle's the drummer. It looks almost exactly like him, like with the dreadlocks. And I think he even had a goatee at some point too.
Fucking gross.
Of course he had a goatee.
I'm sending you guys a picture right now.
Oh, perfect.
I just, I mean, the song would be fine if he just didn't sing.
You guys really hate his vocals.
The band would be good if he just wasn't in it.
Dude, I will say,
Caleb's
like,
feelings
I do
now.
feel like it's a little impressive that he's doing all that shit. You know, like
That one thing was very off-putting.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes.
I was like, oh god,
The worst
Impressions
part
are
of
on
the
point.
song.
oh god.
Oh man.
If it's any consolation, I don't love that background vocal so much myself, but
Oh god, dude,
He's got one of those goat.
that
things.
fucking picture of him is just.
I always forget about
Yeah.
this picture, and it always makes me laugh because I like this is such a bad picture of a human being that
I
like
don't. Did you guys ever play?
it always looks worse than I remember.
Did you
Well,
ever
he-
play the game Grand Theft Auto 5? Because he looks like Trevor.
Trevor
From that.
kind of looks like Trevor. Yeah.
well, apparently he did that on purpose. Like his wife begged him for years to like, please cut it off, and he's like, I'm gonna keep it because I'm gonna look as disgusting as I possibly can because that's the purpose of this disgusting band I'm in.
Well,
So
that's
Somebody
not
married this
somebody
guy? Oh, God.
Achieved.
that doesn't make my hatred. I don't hate him any less
I didn't
for seeing
expect
that
you
picture. Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of
I respect it.
I respect it.
You sounded a little hesitant.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want it, but I respect it.
He's been happily married since he was like
Some
18.
dedication to whatever it is.
He's got to
dedicated to it.
He had to keep it like that to repel all the groupies at the Devin Townsend shows.
That's right.
My
Keep all those
God.
girls away.
Those are some real gutter sluts.
Lot lizards.
Lot lizards. Oh my god, dude. All right.
Towns and townies.
To the townies.
I hope
Fucking
he hears this
fucking
podcast
the
one day and
Townies.
makes that his next band name, the Townsend Townies.
Oh
I
god.
I just hope that he
it's an
doesn't hear
acapella metal project.
this. He would do
If he
that.
hears this, he's probably going to blow you, Caleb, for just like loving
Defending his honor.
everything always.
He'd
So that's
probably-
good.
he'd
No matter what
probably
we
be
say,
embarrassed.
no matter what we say, you defend him. And so, like, yeah,
Yep. Stand by your man.
he's gonna have a little. He's building a little throne for you right next to his.
I'll
right
die
now.
on this hill.
I'll die
this
with
hill-
you.
this hill
I just
right here?
didn't like that other song.
I'll die with you.
Let's die.
It's fine.
All right. Well, what about this next track though? It's not a Devin Townsend related track. I will preface that. Pool Spray by Vale of Maya.
Yeah. So
Just a nice cool down from like what we just
Yeah.
had to endure.
I wish I could lie to you guys and say like he produced this, but he didn't. I found these guys. Well, I mean, I knew of them, but I didn't get into them until a few years ago. And this song was like, I always put it on like towards the end of like when I was lifting weights because I was getting tired and I'd be like, I can't fucking do it. And this would come on and be like, "Rah!" Just pumps me up, makes me want to like kick stuff and lift up heavy things. And I don't know, Veil of Maya is cool. They're a little different now. They got more like pop and like synth kind of vibes, but this is just pure cranky Veil of Maya. Great album too.
It is cranky. Oh yeah, I like this track. This was another one of my like kind of like top tracks on I think personally, but it's Veil of Maya is one of those names that it's always been floating around. I've never really fucking like checked them out or like bothered listening to them too deep. So I don't know. It was kind of like nice to like be forced to like sit down and listen to a track. So I definitely dug it. It's got some energy to it. Like you said, Caleb, it kind of like gives you some pump up, you know? Oh man. But I don't know if I'm, there's this like, I don't know. There's this kind of like middle section though. That's like, not necessarily my flavor. It just kind of like switches up the style a little bit. And it just kind of like, that's like the part that I probably wouldn't dig, but I like I like the heavy in the song, you know.
See,
Like the compromise.
That's the thing.
Not necessarily my dig, but
I'll disagree. I'll take the middle section. I'll take the clean vocals. I'll take that middle section all day. I like this song overall. The heavy portions were fine, but I actually really liked the middle section, and I think I'll dive into Veil of Maya a little bit more. I know on your original playlist there was a little bit of Veil of Maya in there, and there was some crazy synth tied to it and stuff, a lot different than this, so maybe I'll check out their back catalog a little bit.
yeah, is this one of the like older?
This is from 2016, but yeah, like
okay.
some of their early stuff's kind of like more metalcore with some of that like emo-ish singing in it, and the guy's a great singer. But if that's your jam, I kind of imagine Jameson might like this one.
Yeah. If you really like the clean vocal section in this particularly, I recommend you check out their song Outsider, because that one fucking slaps on the melodies and the vocal parts. Real good.
All right.
Nick.
Yeah, it's Bale of Maya. They're fucking rad. I've already professed my love for them massively on this channel, so I'm just gonna do it again. This band's fucking rad, and everyone should be listening to Veil of Maya. They're honestly one of my favorite bands. I've already gushed about them plenty. Pool Spray is not even my favorite song on this album, and I still love this song. And like their last 3 albums or so that they've released have been like things that I can't skip over them when one of their tracks comes on. They just make some of my absolute favorite fucking music. This track's a winner. I don't know what else to say.
Dusty, what about you, man?
Oh, like this. I like the middle part quite a bit, but I like that style of whiny emo music kind of in there. Pop it's gives some pop punky vibes actually.
Scene
vibes. But I like it. It's a weird, like it's weird that in the middle it does that, but I think it's a good transition. Kind of gives you what's next in this. But yeah, I remember listening to some Veil of Maya. Would have been cool to see them with like Dance Gavin Dance in Seattle.
I went to get tickets for that. I think on the day that we discussed it on this channel, and they were already sold out. Like I think they probably sold out within like the first day, and we missed it by a long shot. That would have been a really cool show to see, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wow. I guess now you gotta just try next time. Isn't there like an every time? I was bummed like the Every Time I Die show that's in February. when I was looking at like their full tour, this is a complete sidetrack, but it's like just show shit. It was like I was totally stoked about their like lineup that they're doing like the first half of the tour, and then like I was looking at what they're doing like, you know, the second half, and I was like, ah, damn it. It's not as cool for, you know, but I hate when you just like kind of like see those lineups and you just can't catch the tickets like right in time and shit like that, because that's one of those things. Like shows are coming back, man, and I'm really fucking like down to like try and catch more of them. So hopefully, hopefully they come back, because like metal's like actually kind of like there's kind of a draw for it in like the Pacific Northwest a little bit. So usually
no one comes to Seattle.
No one comes to Seattle, but usually Spokane like seems to have like the fucking shows. Just weird. So. Either way, what do we got next? After the Burial.
Yep, this song's called Exit Exist off of their album Evergreen. I got into them around like 2009 or 10, and I kind of like dropped off for a while, but then I found this album and I was like, oh shit, okay. Like it's kind of that, it's got some of that like, you know, early 2000s like metal hardcore flavor in there, but it's also there's some technical stuff, but it's just brutal and cranky, and the guy's vocals, like his high screams are like he's like a banshee, and yeah, this is just one and it kind of goes with like Pool Spray. Like I was listening to this when I was a weed farmer, and I realized I was the crankiest weed farmer that's ever been. Yeah, I'd just be frustrated from work and go home and lift weights and listen to this shit. Yeah.
That sounds like there was a white trash thing.
Well, that's what I did.
I respect it though.
You got me there.
Nah, yeah, dude. Yeah, oh man, this track is pretty hard. Jameson, what did you feel about this track though?
So this song made me realize my biggest problem with metalcore, because I would probably classify this as metalcore. Maybe you guys would disagree, but I've heard this fucking song before. Like I've heard this, it all objectively sounds the same. You could convince me if you added clean vocals into this, you could convince me this was Killswitch Engage. If you left the clean vocals out, you could convince me it was Immure or Born of Osiris. You could probably even convince me it was All Shall Perish. Like, it all sounds the same, and I've heard this song and dance before. And I've been to the shows. I've fucking done it. I've been there, and I don't need to hear it anymore.
He's already seen Metal. He needs Metal 2 to come out.
Yeah.
Exactly. I need Metal 2.
He's done that tour of duty.
And that's the thing. Like, I loved this fucking shit in 2005 through 9. You know, like I would go to shows with Troy and Rex and stuff every fucking weekend in Seattle. We'd jump in Troy's fucking Blazer and go to Studio 7. But I've heard it already, so it's a pass.
Dusty.
I mean, I get where he's coming from on that. I've seen thoughts, but I enjoyed the song still. You know, when Caleb says it gets you going. Yeah. I did roundhouse a couple of people at the gym listen to this.
I was wondering, I was going to ask.
Mm-hmm.
You getting a rumble with some socias?
Nope, bitches got in my way. Didn't clean their machine. I had the roundhouse bitch. They're sweating all over it. Wipe that shit down.
That's fair.
No, it's
gross.
It's just, you know, you have to be in a certain mood to listen to something like this. And it's more of a jumping in the car, you know, getting going, or you're about to open up a pit kind of thing. That's my thoughts on it.
Get some bows thrown.
Yeah.
Nick?
I'm a little conflicted on this one, to be honest, because Jameson's absolutely right. I've heard this song and dance before. I'm not really impressed with most of After the Burial's catalog. I've been aware of them for a long time. If I wanted to listen to them, I would. but I just don't really have any engaging reason to listen to these guys. They're definitely have that metalcore vibe to them, but they're also a well-known part of the Deadhead genre.
Ooh. I gotta see it.
It's like a spread.
It sounds like a soup.
But
Ooh.
like I'm listening to the production on
cold.
this, and it is committing like I don't know if they're deciding to do this as a stylistic choice or if it was a necessary production choice. But like they're doing this thing where they chop up every fucking percussive part of their guitar, like of the guitar riffs, and particularly in the breakdowns, like the percussive, like kind of the digenty parts. They're chopping that up with a straight on-off noise gate to the point where, like, in between every single note, they're literally putting a moment of silence in that guitar track to where it doesn't sound like it's being played by a human anymore. I don't like that. I think it is just trying to make up for sloppy playing. And I know these guys aren't sloppy players because they're one of the foremost acts in this scene. I think it's just... I don't know.
Is it just like a over precaution or something?
They're going for this super tight sound, but they're not achieving this super tight sound with their playing. They're achieving it with production effects. So
That's fair. Okay.
I'm not a fan. It's like people who say that they don't like if they don't like T-Pain because he has auto tune. I don't like After the Burial because they do a production technique that's common in Gen. So
they are not on the Got Gent playlist. I just checked.
Shucks.
All right,
Verified.
Okay. I will say one positive thing: the middle breakdown of that song was absolutely just. It was the most cliche goddamn breakdown of the genre, and I loved it. It was crushing. It was heavy. Cool. The rest of the song is pretty fucking lame.
Oh man, that's interesting. I don't know. Like I said, I definitely didn't mind the song for what it was. It kind of was like a little like whoa right off the bat, but it kind of cools its heels a little bit and then kind of pumps you back up. But the next track, dude, Tesseract, this track kind of ate away at my soul a little bit.
In a good way?
Not in a good. I don't know if it was a good way. I don't know. I still feel it's like a Dementor taking my happy feelings. Just like I don't know, man. It was weird. Like there's like this there's so many elements and so much fucking shit that happens all over the course of this song. I feel like, but I'm still the clean vocals didn't really nail it for me again in this song. Like it's like a lot of the clean vocals that have popped up so far haven't been my jam in this list, but this kind of continues that trend. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of like an episodic little thing. By little thing, I mean it's what, like a little over 6 minutes.
It's 7 minutes, basically.
7 minutes. That's not bad.
That's pretty common for them. They're kind of like an album band. Like there's not a lot of singles on their stuff. It was actually kind of hard for me. Like I almost picked a song that I was like, wait, no, I can't do that one because it has to flow into the next song, and I'm not gonna do that. But I like Tesseract. They're not my favorite. Like I really appreciate them, and I don't know. I want to like them more, but the ones I do, I really enjoy a lot. But they're big and heavy and like slow and tight and like kind of, again, like it sounds simple, but it actually is kind of technical. And then they're like soft and atmospheric, and I don't know, I like their guitar tone, and their singer's really good if you like that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, I feel like that the production's there and like the work is there, man. You can tell, like but anyway, other people's thoughts, man. Dusty, what about you, man? Tesseract.
I was trying to figure out what this exactly reminded me of. First off, when I saw the track King, I got slightly excited there, thinking it was Satiricon's King.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
I was like, oh, Satiricon's on here.
Oh, yay.
But now...
We've heard about Satyricon like on every playlist. Somebody needs to add him on here.
He's Dagger Claw. But this reminds me of Avenged Sevenfold too much.
Oh.
I don't know if it's the guy's voice.
I can hear it.
Because
I hate Avenged Sevenfold.
I kept trying to be like, what
Shatters.
is that voice that I'm hearing? And reminded me of Avenged Sevenfold too much, which I don't hate, but yeah, it was more, I guess, more theatrical Avenged Sevenfold. I'll leave it there. Tesseract was on the Gent playlist as well.
They would be, yeah.
But it wasn't the worst thing. I mean, it was. I can appreciate the production of it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a little off-putting. The M Shadows.
The shadow of M Shadows.
Unless you're going all the way back to what the fuck is that
The Holy
song?
Confessions.
There we go. That's about the only good Avenged Sevenfold.
I liked
song.
Backcountry because it was on that Madden game.
Hey man,
Okay.
Trash and Scattered was straight up power metal. It was great.
We're all. Are we all of a
But
sudden?
anyways,
Yeah.
back on Tesseract.
We do a whole episode where it's just a playlist of our favorite Avenged Sevenfold songs.
I'm gonna
Avenged Defense.
I don't
Three
have any.
songs.
And then, yep, it'd be 3 songs long.
Save the day. Isn't that one song? Saves the day or something like that. Seize the day. He's doing at one point in the music video. He's doing a solo on top of a coffin at a funeral.
Of course he would.
It was so dumb.
Total slash moment.
For sure.
All right. The critiques of Avenged Sevenfold aside. Nick, Tesseract.
Tesseract is this weird band where it's made up of like some of the most absolutely talented people I've ever heard make music before. Particularly like the bassist and the vocalist in this band are just two of the most fucking crazily talented people I've ever seen do things. I've seen him do like studio versions of this song, and even live, he's pulling off every single one of those notes with just like crystal clarity and like on pitch. The bassist is just like a surgeon on that thing. I didn't pay too much attention to the guitars at the time. I was distracted because I went and watched one of their more popular videos as well. Tesseract is made up of all of these people, and then they just turn into a band that makes music that is so boring.
Oh shit! I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Damn, I just don't. I don't like their music, but their sound is so cool. It seems to me it's just like it's this band that is just so. I wish someone else would write for them because I love the band. I just don't like what they make together.
Jameson, what about you, man?
So sorry, Tesseract. I really didn't come here to
It's
talk shit.
It's not about you. It's not about you, Tesseract.
It's about it. Avenged Sevenfold.
I didn't come here for blood, but blood was spilled.
I've now heard 2 Tesseract songs, and both times I was not impressed by the vocal work on the music, but I just don't have strong feelings about this. Like, I'll give this, it's fine. Like, this on this playlist of anything else, it's like I have no strong feelings about it. I'd listen to it again and wouldn't complain about it, but I would never put it on myself. So it's
Fair
fine.
It's fine. Well, you know, I feel like the next track might be a little more polarizing. Igor, excuse me, Igor.
Yeah,
You
this
snore.
was on.
Anyway, what's the name of this track by
This is a weird title, but it's a masterpiece in my opinion. It's called Himalaya Massive Ritual. Another band from France. And I recently watched the documentary of the making of this video, and he does crazy stuff. Like he's like one of those artists that does just like, wait, why? Like, I'm gonna use a ladder for like, because it has a nice percussive sound on this little part, or I'm gonna hire a sitar guy and a violin player, and there's an opera singer, and just a bunch of different things. Like they made the little steel tone drum thing at the beginning out of like a propane tank they had laying around their farm, and just super creative, really weird mismatch of everything, but it just works so well. In my opinion, this album as a whole is like one of the best albums I've ever heard. You know,
I'm hearing more didgeridoos. 50,000 didgeridoos.
basically, yeah. But
I
yeah,
had to
it's
pause
a
the movie
banger.
after that line.
And it was on the original playlist, so this is the callback. I don't think we got to it, but even if we did, I don't fucking care. The song's awesome.
Oh man, Jameson.
Well, I'm just gonna. This can be one of my calling cards, but miss me with this theatrical bullshit. Like seriously, fuck this. It can go straight to VHS with that goddamn medieval horror movie. That's what I got. Like I thought,
but it's like a bad
horror movie.
Like a bad medieval horror movie, like Richard Gere's in it swinging a sword around or something. Like,
Wow. Just a personal attack on Richard Gere, too. Him and Tesseract are going to come here and beat the shit out of us. I hope
Devin
they
Townsend,
do.
too.
I'll help
God.
them.
So this is a
Such
no
an out
for
of left
me.
field attack on Richard, though.
Dusty, how'd you feel about this song?
I don't know how I
Would you
feel
go-
about this.
Does this motivate you to roundhouse people?
I kind of wanted to get roundhoused.
Somebody take me out.
Just so I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe I picture the world with a music video Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
You know, really dark, snowy medieval times, and there's just this random chanting metal going on. I mean, it's a scene to behold, but
Like I said, straight to VHS.
Yeah, it's definitely like I agree. Like it tries to like I don't know, it has an image in mind that it portrays for sure.
just I don't. It's not for me.
Nick, is it for you?
It is for me. I
Oh.
like it. It's like so. This band, like, if it wasn't as weird as it was, would just sound like some wannabe Opeth that's like failing miserably at being Opeth, and at least that's what it feels like to me. And this is just fucking weird. It's got the craziest goddamn vibes to it. I didn't know they were making all their own instruments. I knew they had like traditional instruments and stuff in there. I didn't know they were making trash ones. That's fucking sweet. They should
Trash
go perform
instruments.
with that broom rhythm show Stomp.
Oh God.
Blue Man Group.
I don't know, but this song's
Stomp the
fucking
yard.
cool. I would absolutely blood eagle someone while listening to this song if I wasn't allowed to listen to like Wardruna or Heilung or any of the actual things that I would listen to while blood eagling someone.
Is
I
that
will say
another
one
playlist?
thing. What?
Do you have another playlist with that? Like
I do.
your Blood Eagle playlist?
Yeah, I would go to Caleb for that.
I got you, bud. Don't worry.
Hang on, we're gonna have to collab.
Anyway,
sing
so
I know a guy that could get you
Caleb,
some.
I'll
Blood
bet you
Eagle
I know
music.
some Norse chanting music that you don't know about.
Oh, send me some links.
I will.
dude, I'll agree with you, Nick. I do like the idea of them kind of like getting creative with their instruments and stuff. I'm always kind of a bit of a sucker for that.
I did have one thing that I didn't really like that much about it, and it's not that I didn't like it. It's just that I found it very distracting. But that opera singing woman, the only thing I could think of. I don't know if you guys watched the What We Do in the Shadows TV show.
Oh, dude,
I love it.
That woman singing is just Nadia.
Joe.
Singing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
My lady wife, Nadia.
I can see nothing but Nadia singing in this in her stupid little opera voice, and it's so dumb.
Which
Can
this
you
is
hear
a
me?
total sidetrack. No one else is going to be able to tie into this, but Caleb was living with me for a while, and me and him were watching this, and Amy, my wife, fucking hated that show. She now loves that show. She
That's
watches
amazing.
it with me all the time. It's great.
Hell yeah. I think it's fucking hilarious, man. Have you guys, there's this other show, I mean, it's like a complete side from it, but there's like this whole like it's like another like New Zealand paranormal show that Taika Waititi is kind of a part of, and Jermaine Clement.
I heard about that.
Wellington
Nice.
Paranormal, and it has the
Is that what it
two.
is?
Yeah, it has two of the like the police officers that were in like the shadow, like you know, they were part of the Shadows movie, and they were like now like they kind of like went from background characters to like investigative like paranormal people. It's really fucking hilarious.
That's right, because those two cops got brainwashed in the film
Yo,
or hypnotized. I don't know, whatever vampires do.
glamoury things, right? That's what they do in True.
Yeah.
That one.
I'm glad you guys found something positive because this is really hurting my soul. Like,
dude, the Himalaya massive ritual. What'd you expect from?
I didn't expect much different. I'm glad Nick liked it, but I mean, I just can't stress enough. Like, I haven't been moved by a piece of music like so much, maybe ever. This whole album, but I'll just keep gushing.
But this one in particular.
This is my favorite track off the album. It's amazing.
I mean, I'm not like I'm just questioning.
Yeah, this one.
Man, are those shoes
Fucking
yours?
asshole.
Both of them?
I'll have to dig really deep. But what was that bullshit song on Jeremiah's playlist?
Fucking hell! Which
I don't even know. But
Oh
it's
god, that long like woman singing one. That,
Yeah.
that it felt like a stage production.
this was better than that, but it's on the same level.
it's a,
Theater bullshit.
That song, the only reason I liked it is because of that woman singing in a weird way and like sporadic piano sounds. Somehow, with no clue, I knew it was black metal. I knew it was going to be black metal at the end.
And because your lady hated it too,
Yeah, yeah, we
Yeah.
both hated it as soon as it came on. Just because Shayna doesn't like black metal doesn't mean black metal's bad. She just doesn't have a black metal song she likes yet.
Oh, it's
She-
bad.
She
But-
didn't have a black metal palette.
There is something great about, even if I don't like the song, putting on something just to annoy Amy is kind of worth it every once in a while.
She put on
That was a
Deadhead.
reward.
Yeah, that was the point of this playlist, really.
Put Deadhead on by Devin Townsend Band.
God damn it.
I love that you went with such an offensive tactic, putting songs that you knew we would hate, without considering the fact that us hating it might hurt your feelings.
No, I was ready. I understood, but
it was worth it. It was worth the hit. It was.
I had to bare my soul and suffer the consequences.
It's a cool soul. There's some dog shit in there, but there's
It's a cool
dog shit in-
soul.
Dark.
There's dog shit in all of our souls.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Like
Mine
he
smells
was
bad. It's
without-
got so much dog shit.
Let he who was without dog shit throw the first turd. Oh, there's a puppy.
Oh
Speaking
my god,
of
is you a
dogs.
doggy? This is a dog-friendly podcast, obviously. That doesn't.
Copper came in to profess his love to Caleb. It's
He's
been
looking
a
at
while
you like
since
he wants to
jizzed
jizz on
you.
your arm.
Buddy.
buddy. All right. What's the next track we got?
Come on your arm.
Was it Pliny? The track called Pan.
Yeah, it is Pliny.
So this one was kind of a little. I would say that you could probably justify calling some of Pliny metal because it's kind of like that prog fusion metal jazz mixture, and I have been obsessed with this album lately, and this song in particular. It's just so juicy and tasty, and the really like heavy, weird little rhythm they do at the beginning, and then all the solos and the saxophone, and just I fucking love Pliny. They're just amazing. Maze balls.
I'll tell you, man. I definitely dug this song. The song took me places.
It does
Places
that.
I didn't know I could sail away to. But I was there. Dusty, how'd you feel about this? Did you get in the pan? Did you go?
Oh,
for a
it
little,
was good. It took me a few times listening to really embrace it, but yeah, once that saxophone hits, and then the guitar complements it, that was pretty sweet. I'll give them that. I mean, it's bordering on being slightly too long, but it's got enough like parts that are different that you don't get like bored of it. You know, it kind of goes in phases and all that, but definitely the saxophone's the best part of that.
Hell yeah.
I love a
Jameson.
good sax.
So, yeah, I would say this is like, it's not going to take my top spot, but this was bordering on there. This song, it's a fucking face melter. Those guitar licks, fucking impressive, really good. And then the sax comes out of nowhere. This was fucking pretty cool, and I'll definitely be checking out Pliny again.
Panini.
Yeah.
Will be.
Planini.
Planini.
Nick, will you get down with the Pliny?
I have been for a long time. I honestly think that we are fortunate to live in a time to witness Pliny's like career as it unfolds, because he's going to be an all-time great guitar player, not just guitar player, writer. He even admits to not being the most like technically skilled player out there, but what he's writing is, I've never heard anything written like it before. So I have a Pliny song that I'm putting on our jazz playlist. It's
Interesting.
I don't even know that I'd consider him to be a metal musician. He just incorporates some elements of metal into what he does.
Because that back end of this song is just like, it's
yeah,
it changes up so fucking like so much, man. Like
this is, I think,
Anyway,
his best song on that album. But all of his albums are worth listening to. Oh, they're just real good. He's just this guy. He's just one guy from Australia. He hires like session musicians, or I think he does the bass parts himself. The drums, sometimes he has a real drummer. When he tours, he has a live drummer.
He has a band now.
Yeah, he's got a band. He can afford
I think it's
a band
like
now.
a permanent like lineup now.
I think like when he was releasing some of his earlier albums, he was still like an undergrad getting a degree in architecture.
Yep.
He never even dropped out of college. He just finished his degree and was like, well, I guess I'll keep making music now that I have a guitar sponsorship deal with Strandberg of all fucking companies. Yep. Dude's a phenomenal guitar player. He's I've never heard music written like this before, and I can't get enough of it. He's one of my favorite artists alive today. Like Steve Vai himself has been like, yeah, gotta keep an eye on that Pliny kid. He's making some really wild stuff. You know, whatever boomer guitarists say. Steve Vai is fucking great, so his opinion is important in this.
this I don't know. I mean, like this is my definitely like I don't know. This I was not expecting this track, man. Like so I didn't really I didn't think about it that this is just one cat writing the music. Damn, that's just really cool. It's really impressive.
Oh, before we move on, I have to say, speaking of Steve Vai and his the value of his endorsement, Devin Townsend got his start singing for Steve Vai, and Steve Vai endorses and is good friends with Devin. So suck on that.
Oh, also, hang on. To add on to that, Pliny has also directly said that he's been inspired by a lot of what Devin Townsend has written.
Boom.
That's what, dude. So like, I was gonna bring that up. Like that, this legitimately reminded me of something. Like at parts, like it was like something that, like I could see that being part of like that Devin Townsend project, but just like it's just like with the Sands vocals and like some of the other elements, it really fucking kicks it for me. You know, like that. So interesting. Yeah.
These guys are goats. I don't know why we haven't had a Polyphia track on any of these playlists lately. We'll get to
still not gonna be finding
one of theirs that are big.
DTP on my playlist.
Double
toilet paper. All right. Abigail Williams. You ended your playlist with Abigail Williams.
I did. So, you guys were talking shit about black metal earlier, and I'll fight you because I guess this is kind of like metalcore meets black metal.
Blackened core.
Yeah, something. But this is their old shit. Like this came out when we were in high school, and they're very different now. Like pure black metal.
They're
quite prominent
now.
Quite prominent in the Olympia area, I believe. I think that's where they live. But
yeah.
I mean,
wait, Jared, you're in Olympia. Have you met these guys?
No, but I know that they are friends with the people that own the Cryptotropa bar here, and
of course they are. Those
I've met
nerds.
I know some people in like the black metal scene that have kind of interacted with them and stuff like that. So it's it's verified fact that they do like it can live around here, I believe. So,
but this is
go for it.
Yeah, this one's like. I was really tempted to pick Watchtower because I think you guys would have remembered that song, but this was my favorite song off of that album. And I mean, what's his name? I don't know if you're familiar with the drummer on YouTube, 66 Samus, but he played drums on this. Super good, really fast. Probably gonna bother Jameson. Yeah, just a good throwback. And I was just like, yeah, let's end it on that. That'll be fun.
Let's end it on Abigail Williams. Yeah. It definitely slapped me across the face when it went, which is exactly what I expect from. And every time I see an Abigail Williams name attached to something, it's like, or see the name pop up. It's I don't know. It's hard to take down. But I think that's kind of one of the points. It's not for the weak stomach. But it's for what it is. I'm giving this one a it's fine. I would definitely. I shockingly was like, I don't mind it. It's got some movement.
But the same reason you just went is because the same reason. Who the fuck was that before? After the burial. It's the same thing here. This is just one step harder. And the bands that sound the exact fucking same are Black Dahlia Murder, Suicide Silence, Job for a Cowboy. It's all the fucking same.
How would you put Job for a Cowboy the same as any of those?
That's weird.
I haven't heard that name in so long.
Same. It's all the fucking same. And both screamers on this suck. And I will die on this hill. Black.
All I'm getting about you're dying on a hill where you think Abigail Williams and Job for a Cowboy sound like the same band. You're dying on a real dumb fucking hill, man.
Yeah. Dude, go
Notting Hill.
You're dying on a flat Earth hill.
They're
The flat hill.
Capitol Hill.
I guess I'll end this playlist with saying, fucking blast beats suck. Fuck blast beats. They don't need to be in music. Fuck them.
Damn it.
That motherfucker is over blast beat.
It's really just a sped up pulp beat.
That's like all. I mean, that's like all that happens in this song for the most part. It's like
A lot of blasting.
a lot of
blast
blasting.
beats.
And Nick, go listen to Entombment for a Machine and tell me that this isn't.
I have recently listened to Entombment for a Machine, which is a super fucking good song. It sounds nothing like this. I still listen to Job for a Cowboy.
That's the thing. I guess I wouldn't say that it's like objectively bad. I would just say I've heard this fucking song before. I've heard it before.
Probably heard it in Rex's truck a few times.
We listened to this a lot back in the day. You definitely heard it before.
I think you should have picked Watchtower, even though this song is better. I'm gonna argue. I'm dying on this hill, killing you on this hill.
I'll go get I have my
That's how
iPod
you
right
die
now
on this hill.
in a drawer in my house. I will go get my high school iPod, and there's no Abigail Williams on that fucking thing.
Then you didn't get it from Rex, because Rex is the one who found Watchtower for us. Like, that was a normal thing for a teenager to stumble across.
Rex.
Thanks, Rex.
Watchtower's fucking good. You definitely heard Watchtower once or twice, or 3 or 4 times. I'm going to talk now since I've already been talking too much.
So you don't like Abigail Williams? It sounds like, Nick.
Me? I love Al.
I'm just joking.
I like this Abigail Williams and then their next album after this. This was when they had a keyboardist who was super fucking cool and good at everything, and then she left to go join Winds of Plague later. And that's where Winds of Plague got good, because she went and made everything. She made everything she was in better with her keys.
Well, I went to the similar artist and listened to a Winds of Plague song from this era. It's fucking trash as well. So
It's because
sorry,
Winds of
go
Plague
on,
is
Nick.
bro metal. Winds of Plague is college frat house metal.
Oh God.
It's called
Abigail Williams. This era of Abigail Williams is super cool. This is my favorite song on the album as well. It's actually my favorite Abigail Williams song. And new stuff that guy has been making. I don't know how many original members of the band there are, but they're much more authentic black metal nowadays. And I mean, the main issue with that is that authentic black metal is really just not very good at all. It's bad. And their music got very authentic.
very authentic.
So this older stuff, I really prefer it. It's good. This is like one of the first sweeping songs I ever heard too, which is very on a young teenage guitarist's brain, very, very formative memory. This was my Neon Genesis Evangelion for guitar. Hang on, I think I just melted Jared.
Yeah, you did. There's a lot of dead air.
Anyway, Dusty, did you tell us how you feel about Abigail Williams?
I like the riff, the guitar riff. So that's good.
That's it.
Well, there you go.
That's all I have to say about that.
I reckon that's that.
No, I didn't hate that. It was fine.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, this one, like, all right, I dig this though. The lyric, the singings or lack thereof singing or whatever you call that. I think it actually kind of worked with the guitar, the way the guitar would go in and out with it. So I dig it.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
All right. Well, boys, time for your tips and tops.
Just the tips.
Well, I would say like my favorite track off of this, Caleb, was actually that Panini track.
Plenty.
Plenty.
Pliny, like philosopher. Have you not?
Yeah.
Panini. Dusty said it.
Panini.
The elder.
The sandwich guy.
This panini is hot.
Anyway,
You could go
hot
for
toasty
Panini
sandwich.
right now.
Dude, Panini
It's
sounds
not even
good.
an artist name. That's just his actual name.
Dude, I
Pliny.
want a panini and a corn dog right now.
That's
so.
right, corn dogs.
Corn
Panini.
dog.
Oh my god! But anyway,
Anyway,
that was actually my favorite track. I really enjoyed it. It just like I said, it fucking took me somewhere. But I really didn't enjoy the Deadhead. The Deadhead was just not my jam, and I just can't do it. So
you don't have to.
I know, and I'm that's the beauty of it. There's so much music out there, I can avoid it.
It's the best part of that song.
But you know, who else? Dusty, what was your favorite track and your least favorite track on this list?
I think the first movement was my favorite. Close second would be Pan.
Oh.
If Satyrcon's King was on this, then it's obviously that would have been my number one. You kind of cucked me there. It was King and then said Tesseract. So
I did.
I
Sorry.
did not appreciate that.
You're gonna listen to it. And you're gonna.
We're gonna have King by Satyricon one of these days on this playlist, and it's gonna be excellent.
I'm gonna listen to it right now.
My least was Deadhead. I wanted to dead my head.
Oh, that's too
And,
Caleb.
and again, it's his vocal stylings that really made me, angry. Wanted to end it all. Just the you are. I'm
Yeah,
like,
there it is again.
You are gonna kill yourself if you keep listening to this.
My God.
Nick, what was your favorite and your least favorite?
This is going to be a first and a weird thing for me because Devin Townsend takes both of those spots.
Whoa.
Oh,
Deadhead by the Devin Corn Dog Project is the worst song on this fucking playlist. But god damn it, Wrong Side by Strapping Young Lad is a fucking banger. I'm still excited that I got to hear that song again. That was easily, I mean, it's easy for me to say I love Pliny. I already love Pliny. I already knew about him. I already love Bale of Maya. I already knew about him. So I'm not learning anything new. But so I'm gonna have for this playlist, the best thing it did for me was reintroduce me to fucking Strapping Young Lad in a cool way. Still gonna check out some more Make Them Suffer later because those guys were like Tesseract but fun. So those are my top and bottom and runner up.
nice. Jameson, what about you?
Well, to contrast that, for sure, Wrong Side is my least favorite song. It's fucking trash. I hate that
Deadhead,
song.
Wow.
No, Wrong Side's worse than Deadhead, for sure. Favorite
Really?
tops, I'll echo that. Pan is up there, but I would have to say Akudama is my favorite
Oh,
song.
good pick.
Interesting.
That was my runner-up, JMO.
Yeah.
Kudama.
Duma Montada.
Yeah. Overall, though, dude, like honestly, like I really didn't like. There's a lot of tracks I was just kind of like, oh, now I'm kind of I'm intrigued by like, and a couple of names that like, like I said earlier, kind of have always been around that you're like, okay, well, maybe it's time to actually like invest in. So I don't know, man. I appreciated it a little bit. There was some stuff that definitely wasn't like my flavor, but not like you said, not everything has to be.
I think my top and bottom, it's like it's tough. I think my bottom would be After the Burial. Like I like that song, but yeah, I could
You can shave it.
Yeah, I could shape it. It was kind of a like, yeah, I'll put that in. I don't really know what else to do. But I think for nostalgia purposes, because it was the origin of my ongoing admiration for the man and my entrance into the genre of metal. Wrong Side's going to take the top spot for me.
Yes.
Followed closely by Make Them Suffer, because I've just been Make Them Suffer and Pliny have really been in my rotation. But definitely, if there's anything I can tell you guys that you might be receptive to about this,
it's that don't listen to Devin Townsend. Give his projects, don't listen to it. Your life will be better off. But anyways,
that might be how some of you feel. I hope some of you feel different, but corn dogs, hot dogs, go listen to Pliny and go listen to Make Them Suffer.
I can stand behind that. I can stand behind that.
Oh, and also, we forgot like a word from our sponsor. We haven't mentioned it almost this entire episode. You got to go listen to who, Nick?
Hey everyone, my name is Nick, and I am in a music called String Lights. And today I'm going to talk about synthwave. Webster's Dictionary defines synthwave.
Whoa. This ain't no Sesame Street, bitch.
I was trying to Leslie Nope that one.
Oh my God.
No, yeah, go listen to the docs on Spotify or on Apple Music or iTunes or any of those things. It's a track by an artist called String Lights. That's me. I made it. It's pretty cool. It was a lot of fun to make. I actually have another track that I'm going to be releasing pretty soon. It's an older track that I wrote a while ago and released on YouTube already, but I'm going to be releasing a new track, The Ride, within about like a month or so. I don't know. Maybe by the time this thing comes out, 3 or 2 weeks, depending on Spotify's scheduling thing, because they have a sometimes a slow process. Anyways, go listen to it, or I won't be your friend anymore.
You talked so fast in there, it was almost like a drug or pharmaceutical company reading through like the warnings, the side effects.
I heard diarrhea somewhere.
String lights may cause anal seepage, but in a good way.
All right, well, you guys, let's try the last word again.
Oh fuck!
I promise. I finished what was in my bowl, so we're good. We're good. Just give me the words. I got this.
Gent.
Gent.
Well, contrary to popular belief, gent is a word.
That's
Fair
not
enough.
Your last word. All right, the first word is gent.
I'll allow it. Gent.
Aficionado.
Oh, big words.
Because I've had 4 tonight or 5 tonight. White Claw.
Oh no.
It's got a hyphen, so it's one word.
What else?
Catamaran.
Oh no.
Catamaran.
I'm writing them down. You cheater! You're writing it down.
I'm not. I'm writing the first letter of each one, so I can hopefully get it.
Nick, are you wearing a cable knit sweater?
A cable.
Yeah.
It looks like
It's my
pattern
work.
on
I
your
came
sweater-
from work. I literally turned my computer on after coming home from the office.
I respect
pattern
that.
that-
I like
that
the
pattern-
I like a good cable knit.
Dedication. You hear that,
like-
corn dogs? That's fucking dedication. All right.
I bought this one because it reminded me of the ones that the Mon Calamari wear in that episode of The Mandalorian.
Oh.
It reminds me of the one that what's his face wears in Knives Out. Fucking Captain America. Yeah, but it's white.
It's a little
looks
bit
like,
too dark for what the ideal corn dog should be. It's a
That
little
is
bit
true.
darker.
It's a bit
But-
darker than the Frank side leg.
Yeah, it's a little. It's
But-
a nice burnt corn dog color.
It's a burnt corn
If
dog.
I were to describe the color of my sweater, I would
Burnt
say
corn dog.
Burnt corn dog.
The pattern that the knit makes, it reminds me of either like intestines filled with poo or churros.
Or churros.
I choose
Same thing.
churros.
Yeah,
I
because
choose
Same.
churros.
it's a little overdone for a churro. Also,
Well, guys, I mean, we can't all be gent aficionados, right? Whoa,
Yes, we
Jameson,
can.
I'm forgetting it. But you can always drink a lot of White Claw and
on
ride your catamaran to the nude beach. I don't know, man.
Nude beach.
the nude beach. Where you can listen to old Heart Radio podcasts all you want, but fucking naked. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, Corn.
Bye.